Here it is, the introductory video to how to access the basic functions in your iPhone or Apple iOS devices that are operating on the newest Apple iOS software. It is going to be version 10.3 for the iOS mobile devices. So let's start off by accessing the basics of your iOS device. We're going to go into settings and we are going to go under general. Some things you want to think about if you want to make sure that your software is up to date. It will tell you if you check on the software, and when you scroll down, first thing we're going to cover is handoff. Handoff is something you can turn off and on, and what handoff is if you have another iOS device, mobile device, and you are, let's say you're on Safari on another application on a device. In order to access, if you put that device down, you want to pick up where you left off, you can double tap the home button and it will show up at the bottom. I will give you an example. Like right here it says notes from my iMac. If I click on that, it's going to open up the notes and it's going to show what I'm looking at on my iMac screen. And if I was using Safari on another device, whether it's a MacBook, iMac, MacBook Pro, iPad Pro, no matter what device it is, it will show up at the bottom of the screen. And like my iPad is near me, which is on Safari. So if someone is doing a search on Safari, if I click on it here, this is what's being searched on Safari. And if you pick up the other device, it works both ways. So that is handoff. So let's get back to the settings. Also, what you can do is manage your apps and what you allow your applications to see and do while you are using them or not using them. So when you go let's start from the home page. On the home page, my settings app is right here. Once you activate or access the settings and you scroll down, you are going to see pretty much all of the apps that you have on your device. So let's start with the notifications. There it is. So when you go under notifications, here are all the apps that notify you of whatever reason. Let's pick an app. I'm going to start with the text messaging app. Allow notifications off or on. So if you have it on, and whenever you get a text, how you get a notification. You can show the notification center. You can choose the tone that alerts you of the notification. Badge app icon. You can turn that off or on. And show on lock screen, that can be off or on. Now you get to pick what kind of notification you want. None. Everything, you would get a tone. It will show the notification center, but nothing will show up on your screen. You can choose banners. Banners are little notifications from the top down of the screen, or you can choose alerts. They look differently. It's up to you. I just have mine set on banners. Show previews, mine is set to off. But you can showing a preview is showing the message of what the text would look like. I am going to send a text message to myself. It's just going to say hi, and I'm going to take my phone back to the home screen. So let's put it on none first. And let's see what happens. I just sent a text message to myself from another device and no notification came up. So what if I open my text messages? There's a new text message. If I go back into settings under notification and I choose an alert and I send a text message to myself again, it says the name, which is my name from my mobile device, and it says that I have a message. So if I click on the message to access the message, then I can see what the message says. But if I go back in here and I choose a banner and I send myself another text message, okay, that did not go according to plan because I have so many of my mobile devices close to each other. I went to another one first, so that didn't work out as planned. But let's continue. as we go through notifications, no matter what app you have on your phone, you can go in here and you can set what kind of notifications you get when they notify you. Another big thing is location services. That's under your privacy tab in your iPhone. Under the privacy tab, you can go to location services. Mine are turned on. So what are your location services? Location services uses GPS, Bluetooth, and crowdsourced Wi-Fi hotspot and cell tower locations to determine your approximate location. So basically, you can say this is like Big Brother knowing where you are, but not everybody can use it. So it depends on what app I have. You can determine whether you want the notification service to be never while using the app or always. Most of them are while using the app. Some of them are never, and some of them are always. As I go through my apps, my camera, I have that set to never. These are just various apps on my phone, and most of them I have set to while using the app, and it's self-explanatory. Never means never. While using the app means while the app is actually open, and always means at all times. So one thing you must be considerate about is when it says while using. If you open an app and you click on the home screen, the app is this doesn't mean that the app is closed. You have to double tap the home screen and slide the application up, then it's closed and you are no longer using the app. But if you just click on it and the app is open and you go back to your home screen, the application can still access your location. So while using the app means while the app is open. So in order to permanently close the app, besides turning off your phone, so double click the home screen, slide the application up, and that closes the app. And another big thing, or another simple thing that one should know with the new iOS operating software is going to be the TV, Apple TV. No, I don't mean Apple TV like the Apple TV you can purchase, but it's similar to that. So iOS devices now come with a TV app. If you access it, you can watch shows and movies from iTunes and various applications that are offered by the respective television services, i.e. TNT, ABC, CBS. So a lot of these television stations have their own app, so you can watch your favorite shows or the news on the apps without having to watch them on an actual TV. So there are two ways to access those applications. You can go into the TV app, find a show that you want to watch. You can click on the show. It will say if it's something that you can pay for, if it's playing on a television app. For instance, this movie is playing on TNT. If you do not have the TNT app installed and you click play, it's going to prompt you to go to the App Store, and download the app. So that's the second, which brings me to the second way of how you can access these television apps. You can, from your home screen, I have my App Store down here. You access your App Store. You can go to search, type in the television station app that you want to download. Let's do CBS. CBS, the top one pops up, and any CBS full episodes and live TV. I already have it downloaded. You can download the app. Now, the thing about downloading these apps and watching television show, they are going to ask you to either create an account or log in with a television or cable subscription. So if you have a cable subscription by one of the major television cable providers, when you go into any one of these apps, you can log into your subscription and it will allow you to watch whatever free shows that these apps offer. So I just went into FX now, and this is going to be the same for every app. It may look slightly different, but all the steps will be the same. You have to access the menu and you will want to go to settings. Well, this one has a TV provider sign-in. So if I click on TV provider sign-in offers, it gives you a list of some of the TV providers in the area. If you have another provider not listed on your screen, you can click on other provider and search for it that way. I have Verizon cable. I will click here. It will take me to a sign-in screen, and you put in your user ID and password. And for demonstration purposes, let me put mine in. And this is the user ID and password for my cable services, not my Apple ID and password, my cable subscription user ID and password. Once you log in, it's going to verify your account. Give it a few seconds to verify your account, and you're logged in. So you can access the app and access its shows, its movies. If you watch any of these shows from FX now, The Americas, Legion, Feud, and it's no different than accessing and navigating any other app. 24 Legacy, Genius, and you click on the show you want to watch, and they have episodes on here. Like for this show, Genius, season 1, episode 1, Einstein, chapter 1. You can start there. This one only has 1 episode, so it has 2 episodes. Season 1, episode 2, Einstein, chapter 2, and you can go from there and watch the episodes. And once you press play, the show will start. Close it out. I mean, it works for all television apps. So if you have an app already downloaded and you didn't log in, you can go to, let's say, USA Now. There's a show on there that you like to watch, and once you log in once, you're pretty much there set. So sometimes when you open up apps, here is a pop-up that comes up. Allow the app to access your location while using the app. It's entirely up to you. I never allow. That's just me. If you want me to send you notifications. So these notifications are alerts that you decide to activate while inside the app. Let's say it has a favorite show feature, and you choose a couple of shows to be in your favorite show feature. When a new show for that favorite show you selected has a new show, they will send you an alert saying that there's a new show. So I allow notifications. So within the app, you pick a show. Before we get to that, within the app, you get into a new app. Anything that has the 3 lines is like the menu setting. So you click on the menu setting there. The menu setting, remember, anything that have 3 lines going horizontally across, or it's like a icon for the menu settings. So you click on the menu settings, and you can pick your shows here. And whichever show you like to watch, you can watch. And when you access the show, you have the opportunity to this is asking me to sign in, so let's hit the plus button first. Watching, so you can have your favorites. You can continue watching your shows. Tap on this icon on show pages to add to your favorite queue. So, but before you can do anything, you have to sign in. So the settings, the little spoke wheel, the cog, or whatever you want to call it, is always going to be the settings. Go to your settings, sign this TV provider, pick your cable subscription provider. That is Verizon for me. Put in user ID and password. Let's do this one more time before we move on to the next topic. Log in that way, and you put in your password. You sign in. You gotta wait. Have to wait for a few seconds for it to verify. It brings you back to the page you were just on. Sign out a provider is a sign that you've logged in. So now I can go back to the menu. Pick a show. What is this show? Let's say House. On this show, that icon right to the left here is the favorites icon. If you click on that, it's just added to your watch list. You click it again, and it can remove it from your watch list. So So that is the iTunes and the TV app. That is also new. And I have one more topic to cover. That's going to be the messaging app. So most people who have an Apple device also have a Apple ID and password. So within the messaging app, you want to turn iMessage on. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what iMessage is, but if you do not, iMessage is just a way to communicate between Apple devices, iOS devices. You do have to have a cell provider, but if you are in it's just a way to communicate between other Apple devices. What I really want to cover in this particular screen is send and receive addresses. So send and receive, you're going to see my Apple ID. You can't see my Apple ID. I blurred it out for purposes, but your Apple ID is usually an email. That email is usually an email that you do use. So you can be reached by iMessage at, it's going to show the phone number of your telephone and your email address, your Apple ID. Start new conversation from. It gives you two options. You can start a new conversation from your mobile telephone number or your email address. It is best if you select the telephone number. The telephone number is, for example, why is that important? If you're going to send a text message from a device other than your telephone, a Apple computer, iMac or MacBook Pro, or an iPad, and you have the email selected, when you send that text via iMessage to the receiver, it's going to look like it's coming from your email. So, and you can send it to non-Apple devices, then it's going to come from your email. That may be confusing to the receiver, but if you start it from your telephone number and you select this on all your mobile devices in the settings, it'd be a lot easier for them to understand. So that is the last part I wanted to cover in the settings app. Just to talk about the character count and the show subject field. Those are preferences, choices. If you want show subject field and turn on the character count, what that basically means is when you send a text message, the subject, you can put a subject in it, and the character count, you start typing. They're not doing it now, but it counts how many characters you put in there. That's not important to me. I don't hardly ever use it, so I personally leave those on. Character count and showing the subject field. Keep messages I have for 1 year. I guess after a year they're going to delete the text messages that I have in my phone that I haven't, that's over a year old. So with that being said, that brings us to the end. Those are the basics of operating an Apple mobile device with iOS 10.3. We covered the general settings. We spoke about just accessing your apps, what apps you want to allow to access your location services. And every single app that you have on your phone is under your settings page. And within the settings page and within that app, you can go into that, and whatever the app allows you to do, you can customize that app, and you can customize the settings in the application there. We cover what handoff is. If you have more than one Apple device, you can start doing something on one, and if you double click your phone, the home page on another device, it will show up at the bottom. It actually shows up on computers and laptops also. And we covered location services and iTunes TV, Apple TV, and we didn't really cover iTunes. Maybe that'd be another topic for another video. We did cover Apple TV, not Apple TV itself, but accessing the TV app and the television stations apps, and iMessaging or text messaging. So with that being said, that'll be all for today, and I hope you learned something, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.